Hello, and welcome to today's Slow English podcast. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and get comfortable. This is a safe space to listen, learn, and improve your English step by step. Today, we are going to talk about something very important: how you can speak English fluently by listening daily. You don't need to memorize long grammar rules. You don't need to translate every word in your head. You only need one simple habit: listening to English every day. Many English learners feel frustrated. They understand English when they read. They understand English when they watch videos with subtitles. But when it is time to speak, their mind feels empty. Words disappear. Sentences break. Confidence goes down. This happens because speaking is not only about knowing English. Speaking is about feeling English. And you can only feel a language when you hear it again and again. Think about how you learned your first language. You did not study grammar books. You listened to people around you every day. You listened before you spoke. Your brain learned the rhythm, the sounds, and the patterns naturally. The same thing can happen with English. When you listen to slow and clear English every day, your brain starts to recognize common phrases. Your brain starts to understand sentence structure. You begin to notice how words connect together. At first, you may not understand everything, and that is completely okay. You do not need to understand 100%. Even understanding 50 or 60% is enough. Your brain is working quietly in the background. Listening daily helps you think in English. It reduces the need to translate from your native language, and this is the key to fluency. Now, let's talk about how to listen correctly. Many learners listen passively. They play English audio while doing something else. They scroll on their phone. They do not focus. This kind of listening helps a little, but focused listening helps much more. When you listen to this podcast, try to focus on the sound of the words. Listen to how slowly the sentences move. Notice the pauses. Notice the stress in the voice. You don't need to repeat everything loudly. At first, just listen. Let the language enter your mind naturally. Daily listening creates familiarity, and familiarity creates confidence. When you hear the same phrases again and again, you start feeling comfortable with them. Later, when you want to speak, those phrases come out automatically. For example, simple phrases like, "I think that," "in my opinion," "what I mean is," "let me explain." You hear them many times. One day, without effort, you start using them yourself. This is not magic. This is habit. Listening every day trains your English brain. It also improves your pronunciation. When you listen carefully, your brain learns how words are supposed to sound. You stop reading English like it is written. You start hearing how it is spoken. This is very important. Many learners know many words, but they pronounce them incorrectly because they learned them from reading, not listening. Listening fixes this problem naturally. Another important benefit of daily listening is rhythm. English has a natural rhythm. Some words are strong, some words are weak. Some sounds disappear in fast speech. When you listen often, your brain starts to feel this rhythm. Your speaking becomes smoother, more natural, more confident. You may still make mistakes. That is normal. Fluency does not mean perfection. Fluency means flow. Now, let me ask you something. How many minutes a day do you listen to English? Not once a week, not only when you feel motivated, but every single day. Even 10 or 15 minutes a day can change everything if you are consistent. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Listening daily builds a strong foundation, and a strong foundation makes speaking easy. This podcast is designed to help you with that. The English is slow. The sentences are clear. The ideas are simple and natural. You can listen while walking. You can listen while resting. You can listen before sleeping. Try to listen to the same episode more than once. The first time, just listen. The second time, listen more actively. The third time, quietly repeat some phrases in your mind. Do not rush. Do not pressure yourself. Language learning is not a race. It is a journey. Every time you listen, your English improves a little, even if you don't feel it immediately. Your brain is learning patterns. Your brain is building connections. Your brain is preparing you to speak. And one day, you will notice something interesting. You will start thinking in English. Simple thoughts at first, short sentences, but real English thoughts. This is the beginning of fluency. And as you continue listening daily, those thoughts become longer, clearer, and more confident. Your speaking will feel less forced, less stressful, more natural. This is why listening is not optional. Listening is essential. And this is only the beginning of what daily listening can do for you. As you continue listening every day, something changes inside your mind. At first, the change is very small, so small that you may not even notice it. But slowly, your brain starts to relax with English. You stop feeling tense when you hear English sentences. Your ears become familiar with the sounds. Your mind does not panic anymore. This is very important. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people cannot speak English fluently. Fear of making mistakes, fear of sounding wrong, fear of forgetting words. Daily listening reduces this fear. When English becomes familiar, it becomes less scary. And when it becomes less scary, speaking becomes easier. Another powerful effect of listening daily is sentence building. You stop creating sentences word by word. Instead, you start using ready-made sentence patterns. For example, instead of thinking, which tense should I use? You naturally say, I've been thinking about, or what I want to say is. These sentence patterns come from listening, not studying. Your brain copies what it hears. This is exactly how native speakers speak so smoothly. They do not think about grammar rules. They use patterns they have heard thousands of times, and you can do the same. When you listen to slow English podcasts, your brain has enough time to process each sentence. You hear how ideas are connected. You hear how speakers start, continue, and explain their thoughts. This helps you organize your own speaking. You begin to speak in full thoughts, not broken words. Daily listening also improves your vocabulary naturally. You learn words in context. You understand how and when to use them. This is much better than memorizing word lists. For example, you don't just learn the word improve. You hear phrases like improve your skills, improve over time, improve step by step. So when you speak, the words come with their natural partners. This makes your English sound real. Now let's talk about patience. Fluency does not come in 1 week. It does not come in 1 month, but it always comes to those who stay consistent. Some days you will feel progress. Some days you will feel stuck. This is normal. The key is to keep listening, even on days when you feel tired, even on days when you feel busy, even on days when motivation is low. Just press play. Let the English enter your mind again. You do not need to force yourself to speak immediately. Speaking will come naturally after enough listening. Your brain needs input before output. Think of listening as filling a glass with water. Speaking happens when the glass is full enough. Every episode you listen to adds a little more, and slowly, without pressure, without stress, without fear, your English starts flowing.